Episode 7 of 86 reveals to us the truth of the Spearhead Squadron and what those who are sent to the Spearhead Squadron actually face. And it's pretty dark. What's up, y'all? It's your man, That Dude, bringing you guys another video. I'm giving out subscriptions down below, so if you like 86, I review every episode, and I'll talk about other anime too. You don't want to miss anything, so go hit that button. Also, if you would, smash that thumbs up while you're down there. 86 has proven itself to be a fairly dark anime, with it being about war, racial segregation, conscription, and stuff like that. You know, none of those things put a smile on your face. But episode 7 finds a way to up the ante even more by revealing what the Spearhead Squadron is actually for and the truth behind it. Like, you know, why reinforcements never actually come. And that truth is, the Spearhead Squadron is where they send 86 to die. Like, the 86 that are too good at surviving, the ones who were just too good in battle and refuse to die in the other units, they send them to the Spearhead Squadron and then send that squadron onto all these basically suicide missions in order to kill them off. That is freaking diabolical. Like, I mentioned in a video about an earlier episode that I thought from the beginning that the San Magnolia government wouldn't just allow 86 who have served their 5 years in the military to have freedom and to get out and just do whatever they wanted to do. I was pretty sure that wasn't actually happening, so I'm not surprised by this development. But still, man, just like, damn, that's messed up. I wouldn't have thought it possible when I first started watching 86, but I am actually starting to feel kind of bad for Lana. Poor, innocent, naive Lana. I do feel kind of bad for her now. It's not like she's out there facing the horrors of war like the 86 are, but it would be kind of like difficult to process having every ideal you held about the world come crashing down, having the proverbial veil lifted from her eyes. She is having to come to terms with all these things that she just didn't know were going on. Like, she knew that her government and her country was shitty, but she didn't quite know just how shitty it actually was. And we know that Lana still held at least some faith in her government before this episode, because she still kept trying to go through the proper channels to get the Spearhead Squadron reinforcements. But when she learned the truth of what the Spearhead Squadron was, she almost didn't want to believe it at first. To me, the most telling part of this episode is when, after Lana learns the truth of what the Spearhead Squadron is actually for, she questions why the 86 don't try to get revenge on San Magnolia. And to me, this just signifies that Lana's heart is actually in the right place. Because when she learns the truth, she feels that San Magnolia is deserving of retribution. Now, Lana is still in a position of privilege. She is still actively participating in a system that is oppressing the 86. So I'm not going to sit up here and like sing like a bunch of praises for her. But I do think at her core, her heart is in the right place. She knows that her government has committed these atrocities. She loves her government and her country, but not so much that she can overlook or look past the horrible things that the government has done. This was another really good episode of 86. It is becoming really clear that this show really shines, not when it comes to action, but when it comes to showing the interpersonal relationships between the 86 and then how they relate to Lana, and showing how people can come to accept death and come to accept what their lot in life is and what the role they may play and the greater goings-ons around them. And also with Lana, how she is having to process the things about her government that she maybe had some inklings about, but she didn't know the full scope of the horrible things her government was doing, and her having to process that and cope with it. I think that is really where this show is shining, and not so much with the action, where in the beginning, I would have assumed that this show would, you know, maybe have some great action scenes, but maybe fall behind on the story. But it's actually kind of the opposite of that. The action is average at best, but the actual story and characters and the plot and everything is where this show is actually really good. And so I am enjoying it for what it is. I think this show could end up being one of the better ones of the spring season now. One of the better shows of the spring season. And I hope it gets the recognition that it deserves. That's all I have for you with this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go hit that thumbs up. And if you are so inclined, subscribe and share. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you did enjoy this video or if you disagree with anything I said, let me know why in the comments. We can talk about it. I respond to almost anything. Also, feel free to follow and hit up on Twitter @DadDudeAnime. And I'll see you guys in the next one.